can feed your plant, push back pests, balance your pH, heal your soil, and feed your microbes, all by using this one product, rabbit urine. So why don't you hear more about rabbit urine? If what I'm saying is true, and this is a revolutionary idea, why isn't it everywhere? Why are the universities in America and Europe simply not going crazy doing studies with rabbit urine? Well, it comes down to the dollar. It's always about the money. Morning, everyone. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So today, we're going to talk about pee. You heard me right. We're going to discuss urine in your garden. Okay, so most of you already know my name is Samantha, and here on our 2-acre farmstead, I have something that I call sustainable loop systems. I'm also a zero waste farm. When I say waste, I mean food and manure. So one of the ways that I stick to my zero waste is basically I collect all the urine and all the poop from my rabbits and I use it to fertilize my garden. Now, before we go any further, let's debate human urine, and I'm going to tell you why I personally don't put it in my market garden. Reason number one, the Food and Safety Administration, they're never going to allow me to sell food that I actually used human urine to grow. Second reason, one of the largest recalls on food worldwide is because of hepatitis A. All right? And one of the reasons that you can pass Hep A or get it on food is through fecal contamination. Now, I know that urine and poop are two different things. But what I'm trying to tell you is it's really hard to catch urine without microscopically getting a little bit of fecal material in that urine. It's not a risk that I personally am willing to take, okay? So moving on, human urine, out of the picture for me. However, I have a lot of rabbits, right? So one of the things that I like to do is slide a bucket underneath the cage where they normally go to the bathroom, and I catch their urine.
Put them in and cover them. And then you take that same bucket, because I know the spot she or he wants to use it in, and I put it right back there. And I get about a bucket a week.
Now here's why. Rabbit urine is extremely high in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, as well as calcium, iron, boron, magnesium. I could just keep going, guys. It is really a powerful liquid fertilizer. Why would I let that go to waste? In fact, if you raise a lot of rabbits or any livestock, and the urine and poop is running off of your farm, well, you're contaminating just like someone who's using commercialized synthetic fertilizers. So you can't blame it all on conventional farmers, the pollution. We organic farmers and ranchers, well, we're to blame. Oops, the cat. We're to blame too. So one of the things that you can do, guys, is catch the urine. Now, I don't purchase any commercial fertilizers to grow my 1/4 acre no-till organic regenerative market garden. And I produce a lot of food. All I use is rabbit urine, rabbit manure, compost we make on our farmstead, and worm castings. One of the reasons our garden is this green and still producing such vibrant, large plants the very end of July in Southeast Louisiana is because everything is fertilized through a foliar spray of diluted rabbit urine. Why would I pay for commercial synthetic fertilizers when I can grow my food with the byproducts of my animals? All right, so sustainable gardening, sustainable farming, regenerative agriculture really encourages us to think outside of the box. You might not have rabbits, right? But I highly suggest you get them. Because guys, rabbit urine is not just a nitrogen fertilizer. Well, you can't even really just say it's a nitrogen. You'd have to say it's an all-purpose liquid fertilizer. it's not just that. It's that pests truly detest rabbit urine.
When I mix it with water in different ratios. When I want to use my rabbit urine as foliar, I do mix with water in the ratio of 1:5. 1 liter of the rabbit urine and 5 liters of water. When I want to use it as a pesticide, I mix it with water in the ratio of 1:5. 1 liter of the urine and 5 liters of water. Rabbit urine is safe, healthy, less harmful to human. Thank you.
They don't like it. Not to mention, if your dogs, your kids, cats, yourself accidentally gets rabbit urine on your skin, in your mouth, in your eye, you're not going to die from it. However, you're going to gag because rabbit urine is tremendously awful. Like the smell is probably one of the worst smells I've ever smelled other than comfrey tea. Okay? So when you're going to use rabbit urine as a foliar spray for nutrients, you need to dilute it 5-to-1. So what do I mean? 5 liters of water, 1 liter of rabbit urine. 5 cups of water, 1 cup of rabbit urine. However you want to do your measurements. When you're going to use it as a pest deterrent, all right, you're going to need to dilute it 3-to-1. 3 liters of water, 1 liter of rabbit urine. But here's the kicker. Do not forget to dilute it. Do not spray it in the mornings, the afternoons. Spray it only in the evenings, okay? Because just like a synthetic fertilizer, rabbit urine can and will burn the smithereens out of your plants. It will burn them like you know tomorrow's, guys. I am not joking. So do not get up in the morning, go get you some rabbit urine, put it in your sprayer, spray all your vegetable plants, and then have that summer sun hit those plants all day. You'll have no plants left the next day, and you'll be mad at me, and I'm going to tell you to go back and look at the video because I said over and over again, do not spray it in the morning or during the day. Spray it at night. Give it time to absorb, get off the leaves, let the dew wash it off a little bit the next morning before the sun comes up, okay? So you spray rabbit urine in the late evening. It's the only time you use it. Now, you can use it as a foliar spray. You can also put it through your drip irrigation. You can spray it around the root zones. I mean, there's practically no ways that I can think of that you absolutely can't use it. I mean, it's just a very versatile product, guys. It is extremely easy to source. It's provable to decrease things like armyworms. And I'm gonna, right now, right there, put the scientific data for you. Go do your research. So when people ask me about urine in the garden, I'm like, absolutely. Never human urine, always rabbit. I'm just leery. If you have a human, they're taking any kind of medications, which 60% of the entire American population right now is on some form of monthly prescriptions. I don't want that in my food. I'm already getting it in my water, right? Why do I want it in my food? You have to think through. I know it sounds all amazing, but I'm telling you, human urine is never going to be the #1 fertilizer, organic fertilizer in America. However, I do see a rabbit urine revolution. I see it coming, guys. I see people realizing when they're going to look at their scientific data that you simply don't need their commercial fertilizers. You can get some rabbits, provide yourself with some meat and all the fertilizer and pest deterrent that you possibly can use in your garden. It's going to come from those rabbits. Rabbits are amazing. Urine is amazing. Get out there today. Do some work with some urine. God bless you. Please like, comment, and subscribe because, well, we're debt free and we're going to stay that way. So for us to be able to do all of this, we really do have to get very creative. Here's something I bet you don't know. Commercial foliar sprays, right? those sprays tend to be pretty darn acidic, guys. I'm talking like a 5.0. So they literally can change your pH balance of your soil when you're using them. Rabbit urine is a beautiful 8.0. It is neutral. They have done a lot of research in South Africa using rabbit urine. And what they're finding, guys, is that rabbit urine can help balance the pH in your soil. So if your soil is too acidic, it can bring it to neutral. If it is too alkaline, it can bring it down to neutral. So it's a great way to balance your pH in your soil without purchasing limes and potash and all these other products to bring into your farm. When we started the 3-year soil health study with Campty Field of Dreams, what we learned, guys, was that our soil was a 4.3 on our pH. Do you guys know that currently we're sitting at a 5.6? Wow. We did that in 14 months with no purchased materials, no lime, no potash, none of that. We changed our soil pH simply by using rabbit manure, worm castings, rabbit urine, compost we make here on the farm. So in 14 months, we saw a huge change in our pH. It's the same way. When I get around, and I'm going to get around to doing it, making the video showing you guys how over the last 3 soil tests that we've done, because we do them every 6 months. So we have a spring, a fall, and a spring. I want to share all those results with you guys because they are literally mind-blowing. Because what we are proving is that by just using what you already have on your homestead, your farmstead, your farm, you can literally change the face of the dirt underneath your feet. In America, especially in the southern states, right, in North America, what we have is big corporations that deal in oil and gas and chemical byproducts. Most synthetic fertilizers were created from industrial chemical byproducts, their waste. Essentially, I use animal waste to feed my soil. If you're using synthetic commercial chemicals and fertilizers, you're using industrial chemical waste, all right? Same concept. Mine is natural, yours is synthetic. The difference is they're never going to make a lot of studies and a lot of headway with things like rabbit urine here in the United States until we separate our universities from our corporations. It's the same thing with medical school. There's not a whole lot of herbal remedies and studying about plants like comfrey because Big Pharma owns the medical schools. Well, Big Oil owns our ag schools. So right now, Starkey Farmstead is attempting to get into some scientific studies with universities like Southern, which I think eventually is going to get on the bandwagon with this push for rabbit urine. And I'm hoping that they will work with us to prove scientifically through soil tests, through documentation, through control groups, how rabbit urine can literally grow food in soil that is spent. If we get that to happen, I definitely will let you guys know. And on a side note, for the ones of you that have continued watching this far, we have applied for Homestead Rescue, the 2023 taping of that docu-series. So I'm so excited. And basically, what we're hoping is to get in and represent small homesteads and farmsteads who are dealing with things like your pond not being right, being too shallow. You know, we're going through droughts here in Southeast Louisiana. We're going through heat waves. We're in the middle of hurricane season. So some of the things I'm hoping that they will come here to our farmstead and help us fix would be our power situation. We lose power, we lose water. That's deadly in 100+ degree weather, all right? We have animals on the farm, we have humans, and we need a long-term fix to that problem that is affordable and doable for our small farmstead. We're hoping they're going to come and help us work on sustainable irrigation 100%, because our pond is just not able to feed our garden at this point. But I do think that there are solutions to those problems, and I'm hoping and praying that we get chosen for the homestead rescue, and they can come out here and give us some expert advice. See guys, not everybody is where you think they are. Everybody still needs help. We are all still learning. You have to reach for it. If you want it, reach for it. It's simply like me sitting on a chair looking at the soil going, wow, I really want some tomatoes. Any day now that tomato plant's gonna grow, knowing that I had never put a seed in that soil, yet expecting a tomato plant to grow. You have to sow it to reap it. So if you want it, get out there and get to sow it. If you have any comments, any experiences, any knowledge, any information you want to share with everybody else, put it in the comments, guys. Put it there. I actually do still read every single one of the comments people put on my channel. We're still not so big that I can't find an hour a day to comment. So, I see you, I hear you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit your notification bell. Share our videos. There's not a whole lot of people out there willing to spend their mornings doing this, talking about the topics most people want to avoid. Guys, have a blessed day. Thank you so much for rowing in our boat, letting us row in yours.